Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Lofty N Scaler where anyone can build a model train layout. If I can do it, you can do it too. Today we're talking about benchwork. So when we talk about benchwork, there's all kinds of benchwork. There's solid benchwork, open grid benchwork. The type I'm talking to you today in specific is a portable benchwork. It can be semi-permanent too, but it's a benchwork made by KamKonnect. And I've talked about it in my earlier videos, and I kind of dismissed it in my previous videos because I just didn't see how it was going to work in my attic loft space. But I think for this initial level, I think it'll work, and I think it'll work just fine. So let's go take a look and see what pieces I have. I have to have a certain measurement and a certain space to fit these into, and I don't know if I have all the pieces I need. If I don't, I'm going to have to improvise. So let's take a look. Okay, guys and gals, so I know it's kind of dark in the trailer here, and initially when I had this trailer I had lights in it, but of course the batteries aren't charged up or anything, so there's no lights. So basically what I'm trying to do is I've got about 8 feet that I need bench work for. So the original idea was to actually build shelving units. I was going to have to get lumber because I've got a 12-12 pitch. I was going to have to create special things and then screw them into the studs. But I'm thinking that for this first level at least, I can take the KamKonnect and just make table work, and then I can skirt it around the bottom and keep all my stuff underneath it and out of the way and out of plain sight. So the question is, do I have the pieces I need for that space, that initial space? And I kind of want to make it like an L space. So I have the union station tucked away. We saw that already. That's like 81.5 inches by 36 inches. And then I have 8 feet to the stairwell and then another 4 feet out. So I was thinking about using a corner piece, which is a 3x3, and then a 4-foot piece, or a 3-foot piece, and then maybe a 2-foot piece. I know I don't have a 2-foot piece, but perhaps I have 2 4-foot pieces, and then for the L part I would just have to improvise and do something else. So this piece right here is, it's not going to be 4 feet. That's 3 feet. So 3 feet. And then I have this piece here. This piece is going to be an odd piece, I think. This is 34 inches. Just shy of 3 feet. So that's like 30. That would be like 6 feet here. Then I would need 2 pieces. But then I have, I think, 2 4-foot pieces that would work. So this has my old layout on it. So I would have to strip off. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on. See, my camera control's in my pocket. Yeah, so you guys can't see that. So let's take a look here. Let me change the camera down here. So this piece here is a 4-foot piece, and it has part of the old layout on it. So I would have to actually take this part of this old layout off and get all these wires off it in the back. So let's take a look here. I think it's got to be 4 feet. So I guess I could use a clean piece, and forgive me for thinking out loud here. So this is a clean piece. It's a 4-foot piece by 2 feet. By 2 feet. So I'm going to use this piece for sure, I think. So I'm doing math in my head. This here is a corner piece, I believe. Yeah, it's 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. This piece, I'm not sure what this piece is here. I think it's going to be another straight 36. Okay, so in this box is another 36 by 24 piece. The 4-foot piece. I don't have to use this piece here. I glued this pretty well down. It would take some scraping, so I'm not going to worry about that until I have to. So if I have a 4-foot piece, 2 4-foot pieces would make 8 feet even. Which would be about right. I have to think about this, guys. So I have to think about this. I really don't want to have to scrape this off, but I just might have to. I glued it down pretty well, and so I sort of regret that right now. So these end cap pieces are 4 inches, so that's 8 inches, 2 end cap pieces. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 feet, 8 inches. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. So now I'm going to take these caps here for sure. I've got another 36 inch piece here. 36. So I've got 1, 2, 3 3-foot sections, 1 odd 34-inch section, 2 4-foot sections. If I had a 2-foot piece, everything would be great. I don't have a 2-foot section. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Okay. Well, let's get this one out, and I'm going to see how hard it is to get this piece off. Okay, so I've got this layout here. This is the old one. I still have wires in it and all that. I didn't bother taking the wires off. I figured I would just do that later. You can see my old connections here, but I have to see if I can get this off. Anyway, we'll see if we can get this off with ease. I need something to cut. Brute force. The funny thing is that when you go digital, you think you have less wire, but I think you actually have like twice as much wire. This was what the bus wire was for. I got the plugs at Home Depot. It's a one-time use plug, but I would plug section to section. So if I unplug the section, this was the main wire for the bus. When I stuck these under the layout, I just used hot glue before. So the only thing that's missing is there's a piece of foam that goes in here. They already pre-drilled a hole in the bottom, in the corner here, for electrical to drop down through. But that's okay because I'm going to put a lot of my electrical in this gap between the board and the foam. So I don't want really, before I had everything kind of like on the front here, you know, glued on, and I'm just going to put a nice fascia in front of it and not worry about all that stuff. So, all right, so I got two 4-foot sections. We're good to go. The only problem is going to be is that this has that, I use this gator board, which has somewhat of a little bit of a thickness to it on top, and that has that on it too, and it has got a little layer of cork. So there'll be a little bit of a height difference between the sections, but I might just either get another piece of gator board to put on there or sand it down or do some sort of work to it. Anyway, everything else looks good, so it came off easier than I thought it was going to come off. Okay, onward and upward. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a modification. I forgot about that. The modification is this can only be 29.5 feet off the ground. So right now, it's 36 inches off the ground. So I'm going to have to cut 6.5 inches off the legs, off each leg. Now, as I recall, I had extra legs. I had extra legs somewhere. So what I might do is just cut those legs and then replace them, as opposed to just cutting these. I don't know which will be easier. I have to think about that. Things aren't going as fast as I want them to go, guys. But I was thinking that this was going to be a little bit less painless than it is. Okay, so I got the two 4-foot pieces out. I got the old layout off of the top, and just so you know, the connections I was using, I don't know if you can see these or not. I forget what they call these. They're Wago connections, and so you just flip these bad boys up, and it takes a pretty big gauge wire if you really wanted it to. You flip them up, and then once you get the wire in there, then you just flip them down. And so then you can remove them, take them apart. I really liked it. I would sit there and just hot glue the back of it and stick it where I needed it to be. These work great. Anyway, I pulled all of them off. I can reuse them, so I'll just do that for this new layout too. Again, thank you for being here. I'm sorry if this was a little bit of a tedious, long video. I'll try to make the next one a little bit better, a little bit shorter. So we don't fall asleep watching me cut wood off of tables. I did find out I figured it would be easier just to cut the legs that were there instead of trying to cut new legs and then bolt the other ones and re-bolt them up. So that's why I just cut it. So anyway, making progress, going to be slow, but we're getting there, right? So Romewood, this is a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. Bench work is not the enjoyable part for me. So I don't know. Some people may like bench work. I'm not a fan of bench work. It's just I just want to skip ahead and get to the other parts of it. That's the fun part for me. So this is the tedious part. Dragging my feet a little bit because I just don't like doing it as much. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell icon next to it so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Anyway, this is coming out today on Friday, so have a great weekend. If you're watching this on another day, just have a great day, and we'll see you next time.